I think the misconception about submitting for most women is they feel like they're less than their husband. When I don't feel like that's what submission means. Submission to us means is you're willing to place yourself under the authority of another to accomplish a common goal. Y'all have a common goal to make things work, but you also continue to have influence on the route in which you take in order to get to that goal. And we'll touch on that a little bit later. Mm-hmm. But now that we have a clear definition of what submission is, you said earlier that you are a very strong-minded woman, right? And I feel like there's a lot of strong-minded women, independent women out there. Mm-hmm. Now that you know the real definition of submission, would you still have hesitated during our ceremony when Miss Deb told you to submit, now that you have a clear understanding of what submission is? And I'm going to give you a two-part question. Do you think that the era we're living in now, the modern day women, everybody always preaching to them to be independent, to do it on your own. Do you think that plays a role in women not being willing to submit to their husbands?
Okay, so the first part, would I have hesitated? So, like you said, had it been, explained to me the definition of what it is, had we sat down and had a conversation of what that looks like for our relationship, and like you said, the awakening of you realizing what you have to do to submit within our relationship, I wouldn't have hesitated in that sense.
Take that part. I want you to take that part out.
What part?
About me realizing what I needed to do. Like, just on your part. Because a lot of women say, oh, I'll be willing to submit to my man if he does this, that, and the third. But biblically, it tells women to submit to their husbands. So I want you to take out that transactional thing from it. Where it's like, okay, if he does this, then I submit. With you knowing the definition, would you have been willing to submit, or would you have hesitated just off of your own actions?
So, I mean, to be completely honest and transparent and knowing the definition, I feel like I would have been more comfortable in, one, knowing what that looked like, and two, having the understanding, like you said, the biblical understanding of what it means, right? Because if I'm walking personally within my faith journey and I'm trying to follow God and honor his God and his word and everything like that, then for me personally as an individual, I would be willing to take that step and submit, because this is what, God wants. And that's my faith. That's what I believe in. So of course I would have no problem in doing it. However, the person within me,
y'all always throwing out these.
No, because it's a realistic thing. Like, the spiritual part of me would be like, okay, this is what I want to do, because this is what I practice. This is my faith. This is what I believe. This is what God is saying that I should be doing. So of course I want to honor God. I want to honor my husband. I want to honor my marriage. So yes. However, like I said, the flesh, sometimes we have a back and forth with the spirit and the flesh. Yeah. That part of me would be like, okay, the transactional part. Well, what does that look like as far as what my husband is doing for me? So it would kind of play like, yeah, it's kind of like what people say, having unconditional love. Like, a lot of times love is conditional to, if this person is loving me a certain type of way and doing this for me, then I would have no problem. But if they're treating me the wrong way, how do I have that unconditional love still? Right. So I feel like it will give me the question in my mind of the what if, but I wouldn't have hesitated in the same sense that I did before, not knowing all of that.